Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is your forever young host, Kim, and I'm here with Marina this morning. Good morning, Marina, and
Good
I would like
morning.
you to welcome like to welcome you all to Radio Work. Um, and this morning, I said to Marina that I was going to talk about the Forever Young Circle that I'm developing. And I would like to invite anybody to come along and join the circle my Facebook group, which is the Forever Young Circle, and you'll need to ask me if you can join, and I'll join you. And the reason I came up with the idea of the circle, I was thinking about a couple of different things that I've seen really work brilliantly. The first one was masterminding. Marina and I have done some amazing masterminding days a few years ago with people, and they've gone on and they've had amazing experiences, done wonderful things, created programs, all kinds of things. And the masterminding has really helped to shape that and helped me create my book and things. But it's an amazing thing to do, masterminding. So this is my first thought was that it would be really good for people to have the opportunity to do masterminding. I think you'll agree with me, won't you, Marina? Those events that we had masterminding were amazing, life changing.
Well, I think without that, I won't be live and kicking. Put it that way. So I totally agree with you that being together with people who share same values, same beliefs, same excitement for life is always the best medicine. Is magical. And
Yeah,
I treasure those moments. I think they are memorable, um, shifting moments in my life, in your life, in other people's life. And we, after each mastermind, I think personally, I felt my wings growing. And
yeah,
this is what a mastermind does: is getting together with people who can support you, people who could help you grow your own wings, and people who could support your own vision to become a reality. And creating your reality is not just a set of words; it's a reality. And
yeah,
I was thinking today actually that living your dream is living your truth. So
yeah,
it's very hard to explain sometimes what is a mastermind when you get together. What that could bring into your own mind when you get together with the people who done it, with the people who already experienced that, with the people who already um, are in the place where you want to go. For me, it's like a journey on a boat. It's not necessarily skyrocketing because it takes time, but it's in my mind. I compare my journey with a journey on a boat. So you take the boat to a certain destination. You don't know how to get there, but you know somebody's been there and it's possible, and that makes that destination possible. So it's all about I'm possible. Um, it's not about how I'm going to do this. It's about wow, I'm going there. It's
yeah,
not about how I'm going to go there. It's not about blocking your mind with all the little things that could make you think, oh, it's too hard or it's not for me. Unless you try it, you never know. I'm coming from a very transactional background, and I could never ever imagine it's possible to have an adventure into your own mind. I could
yeah,
never ever imagine it's possible to dream big and go for it and endorse your vision and make it your own reality. In fact, I think if I am to to be really really down to earth honest, and share that with you right now, is that it's it's about knowing yourself, because you know so much, and you can Google anything. You go on Google and put any words, and there will be pages and pages of creations and of concepts and information and how-to guides, and everything is there. But when it comes to yourself, you know nothing, and that ignorance is unbearable unless you get to embrace your truth, to accept yourself for who you are. Is very hard, if not impossible, to understand your worth, to understand who you are, to understand what you are made of. And it is a journey, as I said, taking the boat. And of course, for all my events and for your events, for all the masterminds, it's always a ticket to pay. It's not necessarily, everybody have to go on the boat, but when you come to the event, you have to pay a ticket, like going to a good movie. So
Yeah.
you go to Forever Young Circle event, which is going to be in 6 weeks from now, and you go there with an open heart, and that opens your mind. But what is really happening is the same way you go to a movie where you see other people's movie, and could be that it's not a good movie and you pay the ticket anyway. Same way going to a mastermind event, you pay the ticket to the movie of your own life, and then you decide, do I want to have a good movie? Do I want my life to be a good movie? And Kim, I feel that my life is like a good movie. I'm so grateful and humble, and I'm thinking, oh my God, what I've done to deserve this. So I feel that as the day unfolds, it's always something amazing coming. So I might not even remember certain people. I'm really sorry. I'm really bad with names, but I remember the people, but sometimes I don't remember their name. And then I'm thinking, who is this? And they send me the most amazing message or email telling me that I changed their life, that thank you for being in my life. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, who is this? So sometimes you don't even know how many people and how deeply you could help somebody, because it's not you helping them. It's them helping themselves. It's them knowing who they are finally, and understanding that in life is not about chasing opportunities. In life is that that desire for you to be more, for you to create the opportunity, to become the opportunity. It's not necessarily about chasing something. So life is not about reinventing yourself. Most of the time I thought I have to reinvent my life because it's what I've been told. And actually I didn't. I couldn't figure out what to do next. That was my biggest challenge. So what I've done instead, I realized that I have it all. I've been created, and I'm creating all the time because we are creative beings. And now I have no excuse. I have to deliver myself. And it's really sad that I had to come to this realization, to embrace my truth, to endorse my own vision, of delivering my golden version of myself in my golden years. I should have done it long ago, but was nobody to wake me up. So I think the final, the ultimate purpose for masterminds and for people getting together, for people who want to make the difference, and they have to learn how to make the fortune, to make the difference sustainable, is to accept each other. But before you accept each other, you have to accept yourself. You have to accept yourself the way you are, because you are already amazing. You are already somebody you can't see, because all you see is what is outside. You don't look inside. So when you look inside yourself and you see that gift you have, and each one of us got an amazing gift. We are born with that. And doesn't matter what your topic is, doesn't matter what your industry is, doesn't matter what your talent is. you have the same gift as me. You have the gift of giving, and mastering your delivery, mastering that the way you offer the gift, it's all to do with fast results. It's all to do with who you are. And not knowing who you are, you can't deliver the gift. I don't know if this makes any sense. For some people, I've been told that, oh, I don't understand anything. I don't understand what you are saying half of the time. And I'm not going to apologize about, because it was a time when I couldn't understand other people. But you know what? I become curious about myself. I become a researcher. So I start experimenting things, and I had no idea what's next. And I had no clue, no guidance. And I made a lot of mistakes. And I wish two things. At least don't repeat my mistakes. And secondly, don't wait till your golden years to deliver the golden version of yourself.
I think people wonder, because my thing is forever young, and my book's about skincare. Why I'm talking about helping or getting people together to support each other, and to create this kind of platform where everybody can deliver their own messages and support each other, so we can learn the things that we're not good at from people that are good at it, and we can support people with what we're good at. And people, I think people wonder how that relates to being forever young. But my experience um, of watching people who seem young in themselves, um, not this isn't about how they look particularly, but how they present themselves to the world. The people that present themselves to the world in a way that's full of zest and full of life, that embodies youth. Um, these people are people doing what they're really good at, what they really enjoy doing, what really is in their hearts to do, and that where they are being the people, the best versions of themselves, where because they're in tune with what they're doing. They're not doing something that they hate doing. Um, and so my idea behind this all was to help people to be able to be completely in tune with themselves and give their best version of themselves to the world, because those people are going to be forever young in their hearts. Those people, that's how you can ultimately be forever young. You know, whatever we put on our skin and whatever we put in our bodies, um, will keep us healthy and fit. But actually, if we're suffering from stresses, from hating what we're doing, or just not being in tune with ourselves, then stress is the biggest ager and has the biggest impact on our health. It's proven to cause all kinds of illnesses, and people who work in healthcare, skincare industry, um, both of those industries will say stress is terrible for people. And I think that when you're doing what you love doing, and I've said this with Maureen before, I've talked about this before, when you're doing what you love doing, you're less likely to be stressed. So that's partly where this also came from. And I think that Marina's right that about the boat, the journey that you go on with the masterminding. But I think we all start off in different little boats, kind of bobbing on our tides. And when you mastermind together, it's as though a single wind kind of comes and blows you all into one area, and then the tide comes in, and all of the ships rise because you've supported each other. And so I think this was the idea. I liked the idea that we would all work together, and all ships, or the high tide would rise all of the ships, and that we would all blow our own separate little paths on our boats, but all going forwards to our own destinations. So that was my idea behind that. And so I was thinking, that some of the most important things that we do in business is masterminding was the main one. I really felt that there's not nearly enough masterminding done, and that it's so powerful that I think it kind of it's a bit like going through a wormhole. You come in and you've got some ideas that you've got on the table, and you're going to do this and that and the other, and this is what your program will be. And then everybody says, well, what about this and what about that? And this is good. And what about that idea? And when all the other ideas come in, it suddenly transports your idea from being, this kind of maybe a kind of chrysalis into the butterfly. But instead of taking, maybe if you did it on your own, that might take 6 months to transform into the butterfly. But you go to the event, and it's as though your little butterfly, your little chrysalis has popped through the wormhole and popped out the other end as the butterfly much more quickly. I think it's amazing. So that was one thing I thought was really important. The other thing is networking with each other and finding people that you can work with who have similar kind of ideas in their hearts, people who you resonate with, and it's really, really important for me to go and meet people live. I think a few years ago, everybody was very excited about the internet, and everybody was doing everything on the internet, and live events. People were saying, "Oh, live events are dying," and then within months, people were saying, "No, live events are not dying," and that's because we're social beings, and it's great meeting people on social media, but ultimately, we really want to meet each other in life. And there's nothing more exciting than getting to know somebody a little bit on the internet and feeling that they're a great person. But then when you meet them in real life, usually they're amazing people, and you get to know them much more deeply, even if you only meet for a very short amount of time. So I think networking at live events is an amazing thing to do. So I really wanted to be able to have events where people could come and kind of gel and meet each other, and create relationships with each other that could go on and help support them as well. So that was my idea as well, because I've looked at people doing these kind of BNI things, business networking, and it seemed to me that they charged a lot of money for people to join, and then they have to go and pay for the breakfast. And they've done all of that, and they get 1 minute to speak about whatever they do, and they can quickly dash around and meet lots of people and just exchange business cards. They don't really get to know each other. They just get business cards off of each other, and they pay a lot of money to do that. And I thought, well, I'm sure there's a better way of doing that, where people will be able to make real relationships with each other, because there's no point in having a business card from somebody you barely remember the name, or when you look at the business card you think, which one was that then? I think, why bother? That's a waste of paper. So these are ideas all kind of came together, and I thought, that we could all support each other, and I would like to talk some more about this and give people more of my vision. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my website up and running in the next week or so, and then I'm going to talk some more about it and invite people along to come have a look. And I'm also going to be at Marina's event on the 28th and hope to meet people there. And if anybody would like to kind of find out or join me, then if they haven't managed to find the Forever Young Circle Facebook page, then they can talk to me then about it. But my plan originally, it got over complicated, and I was going to have circles and circles and circles, and then I thought, no, that's crazy. I'm just going to have a circle and then an inner hub for people that really want to kind of get into all of the nitty-gritty. So it's just going to be in 2 layers, and yeah, I shall tell you all more and more about it when I've created the website, so people can understand what I'm talking about. Because actually, you can't see my head, so that's a bit crazy. It'd be much easier with the website up.
So yeah. Here is the deal. You have to stop asking yourself questions like how I'm going to become who I want to be, or how I'm going to become successful, or how I'm going to become financially free, or how I'm going to become the ideal partner for somebody I never met. But all these questions are phrased the wrong way. So you have to come along and watch a good movie and be part of a good movie and learn to rephrase your questions and rephrase your desires and upgrade your dreams. It's not a question of thinking about. I think you've been thinking too long for, for what I know. So it's time to step in and see what is available. Is a door opening for you. Is another door, amazing door opening for you, which could possibly open the doors to your own heart. And there's nothing more powerful than when you realize that actually you have something to offer and you could invite people in. You could offer others the gift of giving. From both of us, until next time is goodbye. Remember, you have the choice to stay and be forever young. Goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.